Back at home, Dean, 45 days between games at home. You get this every year, but how have you sort of prepared the team this year for that sort of thing?
Yeah, I think when you get on the road for so long, you miss some key practices, and so we thought, during this period while we're home, it's yes, we want to recover a little bit with our bodies from the travel, but we actually want to do some extras and make sure that we're in the best shape possible for later in the year as well.
We saw that after the training session. You're really putting them through the paces. How are they responding to that? Do you think you're sort of setting yourselves up fairly well for a run at the title?
And extra running sessions. I remember back in 2006, something. We're celebrating pretty soon with our championship group at DMAC. Led a running group after practice. That was something that was player led, and today there's some key leaders in our running, and Cole Bowen's a big one in just energising the boys. But doing that extra work, people are going to have to be ready to play more minutes and at the end of the year, and are they equipped, and are they ready to sprint for longer periods of time?
What have you made of the form of late?
Yeah, we run 1-3 out of the last 4, and disappointed with the way we closed the game out the other night to say, we're 8 up with 4 to go, and that's we just needed to be better in 1 or 2 possessions to go ahead and win that basketball game. So, our defense has been trending the right way. A little, hiccup the other night with how we guarded Lopez and the things that he did, but we still guarded the 3-point line well. It was more about just guarding the rim a little bit better.
Crunch time now. Do you sort of get that sense amongst the group that it's stepping up a gear?
Yeah, I think so. I think I thought CG just led practice today. Verbally making sure there was clarity in everything that we did. There was great purpose to what we were trying to achieve on the floor, and so I think when we're in that kind of place, that every possession that we have is really important. It's meaningful, and we've talked about it, and we're doing it right, or we're challenging it to say, hey, we can do it better, and I think we're in a good place right there.
Shea Illy back last week. How important is he to the group, and do you ramp up his minutes a bit now as well?
Yeah, the minutes one is one that, again, we've got to get him to play 5 games in a row to start with, and so you probably won't see him playing 20 minutes, at the moment. Maybe he gets there by the end of this 4 games, but we still want to restrict him a little bit and know that there's another 2 weeks after that before we play another game. So we keep building him up. How important is he to the group? He has the highest winning percentage at the club, and the 8 games he's played this year, the 3 losses are 2 in overtime and 1 in New Zealand where we had a last shot of the game. And so, when he's in our lineup, we have a very good chance of winning basketball games.
So it's all about preparing him for the postseason then?
Yeah, obviously you want to go in with good form, and having 3 home games, we want to play well. But we know, right now it's somewhere between 1 and 5 we're going to finish, and we know we're going to potentially play a home game and a final, and we're excited about the challenge ahead.
Do you set yourselves trying to aim for top 2 at the moment, or is it just kind of as high as we can type thing?
It's always the goal of the club. Is it puts you in the best position to win a championship, but probably more this year. It's like, let's just make sure we're on track. Our form is good. Our clarity is good, and everybody's understanding their role a little bit, and hopefully that leads to wins.
What do you make of Adelaide at the moment as an opponent this week?
Yeah, we saw the challenge to you sit on top of the ladder for a good period of time, and you just drop off in a couple of little areas, and there's a little complacency that steps in, and probably similar to us, that they've dropped off a little bit defensively in this last little period, but how talented a team they are and what they're capable of doing, and we've had 2 tight games with them, 1 at home and an overtime game over there, so we expect a tough battle.
Andrew Bogut's been throwing hand grenades at them this week. How do you expect them to respond to that sort of thing? Does that fire up a team in that sense?
Yeah, they play tonight against Illawarra, and so get a chance to just see if they're looking to make adjustments in their play or what they're trying to do defensively to recapture that defensive identity. So yeah, certainly not playing into Bogues about what he said, but yeah, Adelaide, DJ said it. They just need to play well to try and quiet some noise around it, and yeah.
Big game for the club. You're back at home. Only a couple of hundred tickets left, so there'll be a huge crowd. Pride game as well. It's pretty important, isn't it?
Yeah, having Isaac, as part of our Pride game is special to the club, and what we being a part of his coming out was a special moment. So always good to acknowledge that and celebrate that one with Pride round. Just getting back at home and having a packed house, and the Bendigo games were nice as home games, but it's not quite JCA and the fans that we can get. So hopefully they can help us build some momentum into the finals.
Just lastly, with your Boomers hat on, Jock Landale ending up at Atlanta by the looks of it, unless he's been traded again in the last couple of hours. What do you make of that move?
Yeah, I think he's been playing great basketball, and so teams are really looking at him. Is he a potential starter? Is he a great backup? I thought he's put himself in just a great place to keep advancing his career with the minutes and the importance of his role on teams. So yeah, Travers, Duop, there's a lot going on with the Boomers in the NBA right now.
You could have 3 Boomers at Atlanta by the looks of it by the end of today with Duop, Reith and Daniels there. Is that good for the Boomers, having 3 guys all at the one team?
I think anytime Boomers get together and are on the one team, they can have more conversations about what's coming ahead with the World Cup and the Olympics, and I think it's a real positive thing, and obviously they have a great connection about how they play together and help each other be better. So yeah, a positive one.